Welcome to the second part of the video regarding the soil as a topic of discussion in NCERT class 11 textbook. This book name is Physical Environment of class 11, and today we are going to do soil degradation. So as usual, I'll be reading out the book, and also on the go I'll be making some particular points which I think I need more clarity on. So in the broad sense, soil degradation can be defined as the decline in soil fertility when the nutritional status declines and the depth of the soil goes down due to erosion and misuse. So basically this is soil degradation because decrease in fertility, nutrition, depth, all this is because of erosion and misuse. Soil degradation is the main factor leading to depleting soil resource base in India. The degree of soil degradation varies from place to place according to the topography and wind velocity and amount of rainfall. Soil erosion, one of the root causes of why this is the soil is degrading. Destruction of soil cover, the top layer, is described as soil erosion. Soil formation processes and erosional processes of running water and wind go on simultaneously. So formation and erosion is happening simultaneously, but generally there is a balance between these two processes. The rate of removal of fine particles from the surface is same as the rate of addition of particles. So it's a balance, yes. Sometimes such balance is disturbed by natural or human factors leading to greater removal of soil, greater rate of removal. Human activities too are responsible for soil erosion to a greater extent. As human population increases, the demand in land also increases. Forest and their natural vegetation is removed by human beings for human settlements and for cultivation. So this is that burn a certain area of land, then they use for cultivation, then they go burn another set of land. Please add a comment on the name of that process. Wind and water are powerful agents of soil erosion because of their ability to remove the soil and transport it. Wind erosion is significant in arid and semi-arid regions. Okay, yeah, Gujarat, Rajasthan. In regions with heavy rainfall and steep slopes, erosion is by running water is more significant. Rivers. Water erosion, which is more serious and occurs extensively in different parts of India. So this is actually the water erosion by rivers, and this takes place mainly in form of sheet and gully erosion. Okay, sheet means layer by layer. Sheet erosion takes place on level lands after heavy shower. The soil removal is not easily noticeable, but it is harmful since it removes the finer and more fertile topsoil. Gully erosion is common on steep slopes. Gullies deepen with rainfall, cut the agricultural land into small fragments and make them unfit for cultivation. Okay, there is no picture on gully erosion, maybe I can check that. A region with large number of deep gullies or ravines is called a badland topography. Okay, so we have gullies, we have badland topography, then we also have sheet erosion. So these two are basically water erosion. Then we have wind erosion, where I think there's no specific type, I think. It's mainly in arid regions. This is mainly forest. And ravines are widespread in Chambal Basin. Okay, Chambal. Besides this, they are also found in Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. Country is losing about 8,000 hectares of land to ravines every year. What types of are prone to gully erosion? This is a question for us. I don't know the answer. What types are prone to gully erosion? What types of sand? Land. Yeah, the alluvial soil is there, no? That particular plains. Those things are susceptible for gully erosion. Yeah, can be. So soil erosion is a serious problem for Indian agriculture, and its negative effects are seen in the other side of spear as well. Eroded materials are carried down to rivers. They lower down their carrying capacity, cause frequent floods, damages to agricultural lands. As I'm speaking, there are Kerala floods going on. Could be one of the noticeable things to relate with. Deforestation is one of the major causes of soil erosion. China floods. It's as if cities are in water. Cities look like they were built in water. Plant keeps Plants keep soil burned in locks of roots, thus prevent soil erosion. So deforestation is one of the major causes of soil erosion. Plants keep soil bound in the locks of roots and thus prevent erosion. They also add humus to the soil by shedding leaves. Forests have been denuded practically in most parts of India, but their effect on soil erosion are more in the hilly parts of the region. Okay, landslides are one of the examples also. A fairly larger area of arable land, and I think it's arable, no? Agriculture land in irrigated zones of India is becoming saline because of over irrigation. Salt lodged in the lower profile of the soil comes up to the surface and destroys its fertility. Chemical fertilizers in the absence of organic manures are also harmful to the soil. Unless the soil gets enough humus, chemicals harden it and reduce its fertility. In the long run, this is a problem common in all the command areas of river and valley projects, which are first beneficiaries of green revolution. Oh. According to estimates, about half of the total land in India is under some degree of degradation. So again, this is actually moving us towards zero tillage, reduced irrigation methods for cultivation. Maybe I think there's a lot of other things there could be a lot of other things which will help in overcoming this. Maybe I think I have to go back and read the government schemes. So every year India loses millions of tons of soil and its nutrients to the agents of degradation, which adversely affect our national productivity. So it is important and it is imperative to initiate immediate steps to reclaim and conserve soil. Soil conservation. If soil erosion and exhaustion are caused by humans, by corollary, then they can also be prevented by humans. Yeah. Nature has its own laws of maintaining balance. It offers enough opportunities for humans to develop their economy without disturbing ecological balance. Yeah, we should talk about that sometime. Soil conservation is a methodology to maintain soil fertility, prevent soil erosion and exhaustion, and improve the degraded condition of soil. So mainly we have soil, topsoil eroded by wind, water, wind in the arid areas, water in the fertile lands. We also have saline soil because of over irrigation, and these particular gullies and sheet type of soil erosion are becoming more and more effective, and India already has lost 50% of its soil in some or the other kind of degradation. Now we are talking about soil conservation. We should have done this 40 years ago, I think. Soil erosion is essentially aggravated by faulty practices. First step is any rational solution is to check open cultivable lands on slopes from farming. Land with slope degradation of 15 to 25% should not be used for cultivation. Okay, we should know how they measure also. If all land is to be used for agriculture, terraces should be carefully made. Overgrazing, shifting cultivation, this is that burning thing. Burning the land and then making the cultivation in many parts of India have affected the natural cover of land, given rise to extensive erosion. Yeah, people should be, no words on that. Should be regulated by, controlled by educating villagers and consequences, about the consequences. I think this is fairly people know and they still do it anyway. Contour bonding, contour terracing, regulated forestry, controlled grazing, cover cropping, mixed farming, crop rotation are some of the remedial measures which are often adopted due to soil erosion. I think mixed farming, crop rotation are already being done in majority of the places. Controlled grazing, yeah, I think animals would actually be helpful, right? So regulated forestry, not sure if they are doing that. Contour terracing, I think they are doing that. The hilly regions, and contour bunding. This I don't know what that is. Yeah. Effort should be made to prevent gully erosion and control their formation. Finger gullies can be eliminated by terracing. In bigger gullies, erosive velocity of water may be reduced by constructing a series of check dams. Special attention should be made to control headward extension of gullies. This can be done by gully plugging, terracing, or by planting cover vegetation. Okay, we should understand what this is. I really don't know what this is now. In arid and semi-arid areas, efforts should be made to protect cultivable lands from encroachment by sand dunes through developing shelter belts of trees, agroforestry. Yeah, in this you can support by donating 42 rupees per tree for Kaveri Basin. Land not suitable for cultivation should be converted into pastures for grazing. Yeah, so you convert land, burn land, then cultivate and not cultivate, then make it suitable for pastures. Experiments have been made to stabilize and sand dunes in western Rajasthan by Central Arid Zone. Oh, this is CAZRI. What does it do? Experiments it does to stabilize the sand dunes. It's basically wind erosion. Central Soil Conservation Board set up by Government of India has prepared a number of plans. These plans are based on climatic conditions, configuration of the land, social behavior of the people. I think instead of the advertisements of all the company brands, they should be doing some things like this in the ads. Even these plans are fragmental in nature. Integrated land use planning therefore seems to be the best technique. Okay, what is integrated land use planning? We don't know. Land should be classified according to their capability. Land use maps should be prepared. and land should be put into right uses, not for making sites, only for agriculture. The final responsibility for achieving conservation of land will rest on people who operate on it and receive benefits. So in this video we talked about soil conservation and soil erosion. So as a summary, is mainly there are soil erosion is mainly topsoil is going over uh, by wind and water and human activities. And in the wind section, it's happening mainly in deserts, and water is happening in all the plains. So there are two types of erosion in water, and that is gullies and sheet type of erosion. Gullies are more harmful, and Tamil Nadu, Chambal Basin are more of affected by this. Soil erosion is a serious problem for agriculture as well, and a lot of materials got, and this actually causes frequent flood. Then deforestation is one of the major causes. We all have been knowing this since school days, and this is a school textbook. But how many of us have planted trees? I don't know. Yeah, so deforestation is one of the main things, and so arable land irrigated is actually causing more damage to the water because it's soil, because it's making it saline. Soil conservation is another issue that we have to think over. Yeah, it's an issue because we are not doing it properly, and nature has its laws of maintaining balance, which humans are obviously messing up. So shifting cultivation has to be regulated farming, forest, and doing some counter terracing, bunding, then grazing controls. We can reduce the erosion, and efforts should be made to prevent gully erosion, they're saying, by doing check dams. And yeah, and for agroforestry, please do donate. Then so land which do not have cultivation, they should be converted for grazing, they're saying. I mean, in the first place, why do you want to burn a land, then make it non-cultivable, then make the non-cultivable as grazing? Stupidity. Central Soil Conservation Board has prepared a number of plans. Yes, they have a lot of plans for soil conservation, and I think there's a lot. Yeah. So integrated land use, everything we have to take care of. So this is it. Soil chapter is complete. So we'll meet with the next chapter. Thank you.